What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfire is now easily the most ubiquitous thing in the Marvel rumor mill this year, especially leading up to San Diego Comic-Con and D23, were the Fantastic Four casting rumors, and really think all the amazing concept art, especially going back to years that included John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. That's what ended up eventually getting him the fan cast in Multiverse of Madness, and they were all over the place this year. But as was officially revealed and confirmed, Marvel Studios didn't hire the writers until September 21st, and alongside the director, now they can finally start casting the Fantastic Four with the director and writers in place, leading to our newest round of rumors, some names familiar, some names not, tied to multiple roles in the Fantastic Four. And because this is everybody's favorite, an anonymous 4chan leak, something we haven't covered in quite some time, we'll issue the normal spoiler warning and talk about if there's any legitimacy to it at all. We're breaking down the latest casting rumor for the Fantastic Four in the MCU, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report, and everything in between. So, if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That'll automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So, for the record, remember to take everything that doesn't officially come from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt. But in the past, and sometimes it's been these anonymous 4chan plot leaks that are either completely wrong or get everything 100% correct. So, knowing that, only you know if you're susceptible to this kind of thing. If it's in any way going to ruin Marvel Phase 5 and beyond for you, you have a chance to leave the video now. Take it with a grain of salt, unless otherwise confirmed by some of the trusted Hollywood trades or industry insiders. We give them a lot more reverence. These are still fun to break down though, so let's dive into it. The latest Fantastic Four casting rumor, as posted yesterday to 4chan. Quote, Maddie Hassan and Alexandra Daddario are in final negotiations for Sue Storm. Tom Ellis, Penn Badgley, and Regé-Jean Page have auditioned for Reed Richards. Matthew Daddario and Michael Provost in final negotiations for Johnny Storm. Jason Briggs auditioned for The Thing, but that role will be played by Sacha Baron Cohen, Elizabeth Lale, Anthony Turpel, Andrew Burnap, and Alfred Enoch have been considered for roles. Okay, so the familiar names, this is actually the second time in 2 weeks Alexandra Daddario's name is coming up in connection to Sue Storm. We haven't heard Maddie Hassan connected to this role at all. Tom Ellis and Penn Badgley have been named before, the latter and Penn Badgley haven't been named many times. There's some really awesome concept art out there. Nothing had been said of Regé-Jean Page being tied to this role, but imagine for something like the Fantastic Four, it would be similar to Captain America and Thor. They're going to bring a lot of actors in for these roles. Matthew Daddario was also tied to Johnny Storm at the same time. His sister Alexandra Daddario was reported, had not heard anything about Michael Provost in the last couple of weeks. Jason Briggs was tied to The Thing, and quite some time ago, even rumored to show up in She-Hulk, which I think we all know now is assuredly not true. But we have not heard anything about Sacha Baron Cohen joining any Marvel Studios project at all, and especially not the role of The Thing. Now personally, and this is just fan reaction, I don't see it. From the outside looking in, I know he's a comedian, and we'll talk about that in just a second, but having seen his body of work, I just don't see this. But what we had heard in the past is that they would take the Fantastic Four and look to turn it on its head into a full comedy, because it had already been proven and on the silver screen that the super serious and dour tone just does not work for the Fantastic Four adaptation. Rather, Disney would encourage Marvel Studios to look at something like The Incredibles, how that film was done, and take a much more comedic approach to the team. Now, don't worry, there is still a ton of the most serious hurt in the future for Reed Richards. Comic readers will know what I mean, especially as it pertains to 2015 Secret Wars. There will be plenty of serious moments for that character. But as far as these casting rumors go, and it's always been this way, unless you hear it from the Hollywood Reporter and or Deadline, everything else sort of has a reverence tier list. If it comes from, say, Daniel RPK or Charles Murphy, there's a real likely chance that it's true. If it comes from some of the industry insider editorials that are still developing a track record, like Giant Freaking Robot, even though they have nailed some things here recently, you just have to see how many times the names show up. The more they show up, the more likely they are tied to the role, and to eventually, well, you get John Krasinski. Speaking of which, he is still my main pick to come back and be Reed Richards. I have no idea what those contract negotiations must have been like. If he was asking them, does this mean I get to be Reed Richards going forward? Them asking him, would you even want to be? Him saying, no, I prefer just a one-off. Who knows what's to happen, but a lot of the rumors here, a lot of the reporting has pointed towards Marvel Studios, A, wanting to go much younger with the characters and the team, and B, it not being John Krasinski in our main continuity. Well, yes, the Council of Reed Richards, or of course just the multiverse in general, there's a chance for him to be back in for Secret Wars. Multiple versions of multiple characters. Even recently, Benedict Cumberbatch has hinted that there are several more Doctor Strange iterations that we haven't seen quite yet, which leads really heavily into the theory that the Doctor Strange we followed through majority of Phase 4 is not our own at all. More on that in a different video. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below in general about the Fantastic Four, not just the casting, but them trying to change the tone and go a little more comedic with it. I actually do not have a problem with that at all. I just want them to nail it. Whatever it is, however it goes, please just nail this film, because honestly, if the Fantastic Four comes out and it's a major letdown, especially right before the conclusion of the multiverse saga and the 2 Avengers films, it's going to spell disaster for Marvel Studios. But speaking of spelling disaster and or pulling a total 180, guys, think about how dope 2024 is going to be. We're going to have 18 episodes of Daredevil, a new Captain America film, a Thunderbolts film, Deadpool 3 with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who's probably going to finally wear the Wolverine costume, straight into the Fantastic Four, and then within the following year after that, we get 2 Avengers films. Does not feel like the death of the MCU to me, as I've seen spelled across so many YouTube channels recently. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down in the comments as always. Who you got for your fan cast for the Fantastic Four, if you like any of these names or if you don't, and who you got for the first villain. I am all ears as always. Quickly, let's jump into the giveaway stuff. Before I let you go, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s every 20,000 subscribers. The next milestone happens to be 1 million, which we are headlong into and could easily hit by this month's end or next. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. Quick reminder about our watch parties. We go live an hour before the She-Hulk finale is going to come out tomorrow night. So if you stay up late to watch the episode, we go live about 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. We talk for about an hour. Watch the episode, I watch here as you watch at home, and then we discuss the finale. I am expecting some really big reveals and setup tomorrow. It has grown every week and turned into a huge stream. So if you guys have already come by in the previous weeks, awesome. We're going to be announcing some new giveaways. If you haven't, this is my invitation too, because I know a lot of you stay up and watch the finale. Might as well do it. It's like one big theater with all your friends. So I will see you guys live tomorrow night, but I will also see you in another video later today. In the meantime, peace.